This is the second half of the RXFL stream. Tom Brady and the Atlanta Dirty Birds, a below 500 record, trying to pull off this victory against the 9-1 Chicago Wolverines. Chicago coming into last week 9-0, in danger of dropping 2 in a row and dropping this one on their home turf. Atlanta is going to start this one. Chicago keeps gifting Atlanta with good field position. Check out the first half stream if you guys didn't get a chance to do that. You want to see a big-time interception to put Brady and company in the same spot. Now this kick return, they keep gifting them with all this field position. It's going to be way too easy for the Atlanta Dirty Birds. Thanks for joining in. This is the, as we said, the RXFL, the second half of this game between the Dirty Birds and the Wolverines, and you can check out the first half here on YouTube in the archives. Hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up button if you like what you see here. And we want to give a shout out off the top, since this is technically a new stream. We want to give a shout out off the top to our patrons, our top patrons, Mr. Maple and Justin Russell. Intercepted Asante Samuel. That was supposed to be a post route. Oh, stay in bounds. He stepped out of bounds. A pick six. Samuel goes out of bounds. Are you kidding me? He lost it. That play was all screwed up to begin with, because it was supposed to just be an in and out, like a run. I'm trying to how can I draw it? Like an L, a capital L. It was supposed to be a capital L, a route, and go look at the replay, rewind it back and look at the plays, the one that I call. It was supposed to be a capital L, and for some reason the ball ended up here. When I threw it, I'm thinking he's going here, which is what the play was designed to do. Instead, I don't know, a bad throw by Brady or what, or Thielen just ran away from it as well. And then Samuel, who had a pick six waiting to happen, just steps right out of bounds. So, my goodness, this is the RXFL, is it not? Chicago's got Mexico City, the Golden Eagles, hot on their tails, just 2 games back, and they're going to meet again later this season. So we're going to probably tune into that game again, because the first time they met, you'll want to check that out in the archives if you didn't see it. The first time those two teams met, it was off the chains, incredible. You're going to want to check that one out again when they play the second time. But Chicago, 9-0, probably thought, hey, we're cruising right into the postseason. It's not a guarantee with Mexico City very, very close behind. And, Mexico City, one of the outliers. I tried to get the teams as perfectly even as I could with the relocation, but by the time I got to Mexico City and the teams that I wanted to keep, I kind of just ran out of teams, and I probably should have planned more ahead. But that's how Mexico City ended up in the north, and it's intercepted again. Tony Jefferson did in the first half. 3 interceptions now for Joe Theismann. Yeah, your north is both Chicago teams, Mexico City, and I think another team from like Texas or something. I'd have to look or try to remember who's all even in there. But yeah, again, I think just that one underthrown by Theismann. So not a good day for Theismann. 3 interceptions, and you saw his numbers in the first half, his season numbers. He wasn't all that bad coming into this season. Isaac Bruce gets drilled out of bounds. His interception numbers were not quite, I think he had like 7 or 9 or something, and he's struggling here. For those of you that missed the first half as well, we are going to stream the Pittsburgh-Dallas, the Desperados and the Sting game as part of our Thanksgiving. We're going to do both Thanksgiving games. We're going to stream it computer versus computer with the game commentary on, because you guys want to see the Thanksgiving matchups. We elected to forego them because we wanted to check out the Orlando Wizards, and we wanted to see Brady going up against the best team in the league. But you guys also wanted to see a Thanksgiving game, so we're going to give that to you. So Dallas and Pittsburgh, there you see it. And then your other Thanksgiving game is Sacramento and Salt Lake City. So kind of backwards, because we're already doing the Sunday games. Then we're going backwards and doing Thanksgiving. But It's Madden, you know, they can do 64 yards. Do we even try that? Who's the kicker again for the Dirty Birds? It's Jason Elam. I don't want to give Chicago good field position, but Jason Elam does have he was the former record holder. Now look at this. It doesn't even look like he's going to be close. But we're gonna try it anyway, because Elam did have the record for a long time at 63 yards. And let's see, does he have it at 64? Oh, he made it with plenty of leg. Jason Elam, 64 yards, breaks his own record. That might have even broken the 67-yarder, the record that currently stands. Holy smokes. Especially with the way that was looking, I didn't think that was going to make it. Chicago Wolverines are stunned right now. I was at the game in Jacksonville where Matt Prater tried for the NFL record against Pittsburgh, and he kicked it and it fell short, and the Jaguars ran it all the way back for a touchdown, and I'm standing there in the stands with my Larry Fitzgerald jersey on in front of all those Jaguar fans looking like an idiot. But the Cardinals went on to win, so who's laughing now? All right. 24-10. Todd Gurley actually has been doing quite well here in the latter stages of this game. Struggled in the early going to get the ball moving, but he's really cranked it up as of late. And Barry Sanders, if you're just tuning in as well, the previous starting running back, out with an injury. And, you know, originally we were saying maybe that's why Chicago's struggling so much, but you look at the numbers of Todd Gurley, he is more than pulling his weight. Back to Gurley again, and not much happening there. Todd Gurley met at the line by Robert Brazil. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I think so. It's a little before my time, but Theismann, quick pass. First down, Chicago. Steve Jordan. That's what, second or third? I wasn't even looking at the screen. Second. Hey, Chicago scores. It's a one-score game, folks. They're going to try to make this one interesting going into our Thanksgiving stream. I'm going to hit you all day, baby. On the ready. Come on, boys. 56. Check 56. Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball. Theismann. Woo, that was dangerous. Theismann had an open man, and the number is just not good for old Joe. This has been one of his more rougher performances. Incomplete. 6 of 16. So Chicago needing 2 touchdowns. They're going to go ahead and take the points here. Could be an interesting decision on 4th and 7. I mean, that is a long 7. Does 3 extra points help or not? Time will tell. But if Brady and OJ go down the field and score, you would think it's getting to be out of reach. A lot of Super Bowl legends on this Dirty Birds team, and they're another one. I guess there's certain teams that just have to be bad because everyone can't be great, but boy, you got the greatest show on turf, wide receivers, you got Tom Brady, you got OJ Simpson, and they're just trying to get to 500. Now that route right there that Bruce ran, that was the play, not the same exact play, but the route that I thought Adam Thielen was going to run on the interception play that happened in the second half. It happened here. So, just to put that in context. Warren Sapp, I think we've said that a number of times. we've done some Wolverine games. He's been pretty quiet this season for such a dominating force. And on this one too, he's got no pressure on Tom Brady. OJ, oh, again, there's been a couple of times in this game as well that Simpson has taken the ball and his blockers are not really helping him out. So 3rd and 10 for the Dirty Birds. Pressure is on, and that one is Cam Chancellor in the mix. So we're kind of continuing here with our run of defense. We talked about that previously. You know, week 11 was just all about the offenses. And then here so far this week, our Wizards Lancers game had some good defense. This one's having some solid defense. Todd Gurley. Oh, man. He wanted to break that. Gurley closing in on 200 yards. But if you want to see some high-scoring games, check out the LA Kiss Sacramento game. Check out the St. Louis Rhinos game. The 500 passing yards, ridiculous. And then check out the Dirty Birds in Portland. Or the Firebirds, rather. Firebirds and the Dirty Birds. Did I even realize we got 2 bird teams like that? That could be a championship, right? Chicago, the Atlanta Dirty Birds, and the Las Vegas Firebirds.
Let's go now. 8 Reed. 56. They gonna need some therapy after this.
2nd and 11, Theismann, and that is knocked down at the line. Lamar Parrish, by the way, was the one that knocked that one down. So 3rd and 11 for Theismann. And it is completed to Steve Smith.
We got this.
Looks like Chicago will let this one wind into the 4th quarter here. They got some life, folks. Chicago Wolverines have a little bit of life to them. They're hanging on. They're hanging on for all they've got. But they've got an outside shot at this thing. 4th quarter, fans, you can hear a little bit of the boos, a little bit of the shock here.
Let's go. 18 Gator.
As we said previously, they were looking at their team. They were looking at their Wolverines at being 10-0 last week. And now they might be 9-2. Steve Smith has had some mighty big plays here in this game. Theismann's starting to connect with everyone. John Stallworth. Dirty Birds, they're barking some orders, trying to get everyone in check here. Todd Gurley, another huge run. Imagine if he hadn't have started as slow as he did. His first couple of runs were not great. He'd be well over 200 by now, but he has really stepped up. Last week, just 55 yards rushing in the Wolverines' loss to the Cougars. And here he's, like I said, closing on 200. Theismann. Pressured and sacked.
You see me? You see me? They can't stop me out here.
Look at that. Plummer, oh, he's getting in the face now. So 3rd and goal in the Wolverines, man. Think about it. This would be going for a tie. If they'd gotten the touchdown on the last drive, this would be them going for a tie. Theismann, and it's intercepted. 4 interceptions. I seem to do that a lot in the RXFL. And I think that was just Theismann feeling the desperation here. Hoping that Lockett was going to go in front of the defender. And he went behind him. I mean, he kind of played the ball. Unless Lockett didn't feel like he can get there in time. Let's take a look closer. Make sure I'm not crazy throwing this interception here. But when the pass is made, yeah, you can see what Theismann's looking at here. And do you put that on Lockett? Because Theismann's releasing the ball here. This is when I'm hitting the button. So I'm in my head, I think, picturing that ball coming right across the field to Lockett for a touchdown. But you can see where the ball ends up, which was not here. I will say part of that is also accuracy. When that ball's released, you're thinking that ball's going to hit Lockett here. Look at where the ball ends up. It ends up way over here. And then Lockett just couldn't adjust. Instead of him stepping in front and trying to make a play on the ball, he goes behind the defender and tries to hit the receiver. Boom. So there's going to be a lot of frustration there on Joe Theismann's end, especially on that play when he thinks he's hitting a wide open Tyler Lockett, and then it kind of goes for naught. So the outside to OJ, and now the Dirty Birds are going to be tasked with winding the clock, but also not getting too crazy conservative here because there's still a lot of time left for Chicago. And last thing you want is for a 4 interception day. And we were just ragging on Warren Sapp. There he is. And that's his second tackle for a loss. So there's Warren Sapp saying, hey, you know, put some respect. Put some respect on the name there with that stop, right? Come on. Now Brady forced to throw it here. And Brady is going to go deep. How about this? And it's intercepted. Boy, we went for a while without throwing a bunch of interceptions. We had some games where we were throwing interceptions left and right. I tweaked the sliders a little bit because I thought it was out of control with these legendary quarterbacks, while I realized they're going against legendary corners. But boy, 6 interceptions here in this game. And new hope. New hope for the Chicago Wolverines. Like a new hope in Star Wars. There you see it. 6 turnovers, 6 interceptions. Theismann stepped up and ate a sack. Tony Jefferson, 2 interceptions and a sack now on Joe Theismann. With Theismann, just did not like any of the looks, and he tries to take off, and he's going to take another sack. And this is definitely 4-down territory now for Atlanta, or Chicago. So whether you try to do like, and Theismann sacked. 4th and 25. I mean, we saw Donovan McNabb do it 4th and 26 before. And there you see it is 4-down territory. So the Wolverines are going to go for it. They're going to chuck and pray. Pressure coming. Theismann gets rid of it, and Lockett. It's too deep for Lockett, and that was a disaster of a drive for the Wolverines. As the Dirty Birds will take over. They're definitely going to get points out of this, if not a touchdown. And the Chicago Wolverines are going to drop 2 in a row. What a turn for this team. Total offense, that's kind of shocking. 21st in the league, again, considering O.J. Simpson, Tom Brady, the greatest show on turf wide receiver is Adam Thielen. They're ranked that low offensively. But here they put together a 350-plus yard performance. There you can see at the bottom of your screen, Orlando making that comeback again. Check out that replay in the archives. We streamed that one, and OJ. So there you go. There's a bit of a goal line stand for your Chicago Wolverines. So the Dirty Birds will take the 3. And of course, Madden will not tick the time all the way down. Very annoying. Even though I have it set on chew the clock. Chip shot field goal is good. So it's a 2-touchdown game. It stays a 2-touchdown game. It's kind of been that way for a little while now. And all is not lost for Chicago. Now they got to go quick. Obviously, touchdown, onside kick, which my onside kick success rate in this game is very low. I don't even know how you do it. I'd love some tips. Let me know in the comments. What are some tips for a good onside kick? Let me know, because I haven't hit him yet. But we will see. And then don't go anywhere. Computer versus computer streaming. Dallas Desperados, Pittsburgh Sting, Thanksgiving football. You see the records at the bottom of the screen. And every game as we get into these latter playoff games are all for playoff positioning. So each win is important. Each loss is hugely important. Jordan will get out of bounds. Now, I don't know beyond the 2-minute warning if that will allow the clock to stop. He went ahead and tried it anyway. It does stop. Okay, I know sometimes in football they just wind the clock until they hit that 2-minute warning. The passes that Theismann have hit in this game have looked very good. But his misses, his interceptions have looked very bad. And that could have been a dangerous one. Oh my goodness, that was close. But Theismann got it right in there to John Stallworth. And, well, here you go. And, boy, we're at the 2-yard line and freaking Madden. And I got to try to find a play. They want you to do a 4-wide receiver play here. There you go. There's a touchdown. That's the 3rd, I believe, for Todd Gurley. Get the pyrotechnics going. And that's going to give some hope. So, onside kick, which, like we said, we've not done good. Maybe, I don't know if there's a way to cheat it where I have a better chance of getting an onside kick. Should I line the other team up in a non-onside kick formation just because... Is that, like, cheating? Or is that going to make Dirty Bird fans mad? I'm going to do a regular return just so... And do they actually line up in that formation? And they do. So that at least gives me, I think, a little bit more of a chance. We still have all the timeouts as well, so we'll see how this one goes. I don't even know, like, aim the ball, what's the best way, but we will see. And even with the less, maybe that's the way I have to do it. Even though it's kind of cheap, I'll just do a regular return, and that'll give the kicking team a little bit more of a chance since onside kicks never... I have not recovered one. I've owned this game for 3-4 years now. So here we go. 3 timeouts, though. So it's going to be up to OJ to try to get a first down. Wolverines can obviously stop the clock and get the ball back, which would be kind of an insane comeback. But you got Jason Elam, who just crushed a 64-yarder. So I would imagine that... I don't know. That could be interesting. Do you put Jason Elam out there, try to see if lightning strikes twice, and go for another deep kick, running the risk that if he doesn't make it, Chicago's going to get the ball in fantastic field position. But knowing with that field goal is a good chance you win. I think it's going to come down to this play. And they are going to go 3 consecutive runs to O.J. Simpson. So that run definitely helps. I think if you're Atlanta, you take a shot with Jason Elam. They don't. The game says don't do it. They say to punt. How big of a kick would this... Oh, my God. I had to call a timeout. I hit the wrong button. How big of a kick would this be? I mean, the CPU doesn't even realize that. I mean, we just hit a big kick. Big kick earlier. 58. He crushed it. He crushed it from longer than that, from 64 earlier. I realize this is risky, rather than pin Chicago deep, but you win the game right here. If Elam's perfect again, and he is, boom, done. Dirty Birds up by 10. You put Jason Elam as your MVP, perhaps. All right, well, no timeouts. Now back to a 2-score game. And we'll kind of see. We'll see what would have happened. I mean, Chicago, maybe they just try to get the field goal now, but what would have happened if they had have punted? It probably would have been from around this field position. Hello to my upstairs neighbors. They are back home. I can hear them wonderfully up above me. Triple coverage. Oh! Tyler Lockett had it in triple coverage and let go. That is unbelievable. Wow. Seisman gets sacked. He's been hit a number of times in this game, and yeah, you talking about got to hit a number 7 sacks to 0, and there's a big difference in why Atlanta is up by 10 right now. The sacks and the interceptions. Seisman just rolls out. He goes deep to Stallworth, and it's incomplete. And it's going to be 4th down and 15. And it's looking like the Chicago Wolverines, shockingly, are going to go 0-2 here after a 9-0 start. That is going to be a 1st down and out of bounds, though. The Wolverines have life, folks. They ain't out of it yet. It's bleak, but they're not out of it yet. Seisman looking for Steve Smith. And this Dirty Bird defense, 13 of 30. Along with all those interceptions. Now Matt's just saying do a Hail Mary. Why not?
60 or. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
Seisman stepping up. He's going deep. Is that caught? No. Oh, it's dropped. Oh my God, these drops, man.
70, Indy. I'm going to run you over.
Not quite going to make it. And it's incomplete, and that does it. The Atlanta Dirty Birds come into Coach Payton is pissed. And the Atlanta Dirty Birds come into the Wolverines' house and force the Wolverines to drop 2 in a row after a 9-0 start. Brady and the Dirty Birds, their season is alive with that win. They get one step closer to the Tampa Bay Mutiny and a playoff spot. Same NFL playoff rules. Each division winner gets a playoff spot. Disappointment for the Chicago Wolverines. How are they going to bounce back going to the postseason? This is the story of the Ann Arbor Annihilators, man. Having great regular season, struggling down the stretch. So, all right, that is going to do it for this stream. As you can see, some of the numbers on the screen there. And even Brady, I mean, for his performance, just 179 through the air. Even Todd Gurley, man, 181, not enough to overcome the 4 interception performance for Joe Theismann. So we're going to stop this stream, but we're going to come right back. We are going to stream the Thanksgiving game, Dallas Desperados, Pittsburgh Sting, computer versus computer, with the in-game commentary on. I won't be commentating this time. This time I know in the past I said, let me know if you don't hear my voice. I know for sure in the next one, it's just going to be the in-game, but it's for you guys that wanted to check out both Thanksgiving games, and we'll do the next Thanksgiving game on our next stream. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll see you in a little bit for Thanksgiving